Honorable members, let's pray. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic. Endow members of Parliament and ministers of state with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of government, this land and people may be well and truly served, and thy good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our country, fair as it might be, a country of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a country of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a country of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honorable members, item 4. Correction of votes and proceedings and official report. We will start, as usual, with the correction of votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 1st March 2023. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, page 8. Yes, please.
Speaker, on page 8, number 9, on the absent list. My name have been captured absent, but I was here yesterday, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, table office, please correct that. He was present yesterday. I can attest to that. Page 9. Yes. Honorable member. Yes, the honorable member for Kwadaso.
Honorable Speaker, on page 9, official delegation, Roman numeral IV. Honorable Issa Philomena Pereira Suarez da Costa, MP. It should be either Cabo Verde or Cape Verde. Either COBO or CAPE. Cabo, not Capo Verde, Cabo Verde or Cape Verde. Thank you.
So the word should be B, the letter should be B, not P.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, they got the spelling wrong yesterday, and that was what was submitted to me. It came from the listen. You are right. It should be Cabo Verde, not Capo. Page 10. Page 11. Sorry, page 10. Yes.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker is not here, but I believe she would have done it. Item 8, questions. Question numbered 159. The title, the Mrs. Teresa Lad. If you check page 3, number 78 is Awini Teresa Lad. So I believe that the Mrs. as written there should be corrected to Miss.
Honorable Member, are you sure? Because yesterday on the order paper, what was captured was actually Mrs. If you say it's Miss and she's not around, we change it. What God has put together, let no one put asunder. Yes, Honorable Member.
Mr. Speaker, I say so because in the official, the same report, the attendance, number 78, that's page 3, is Awini Teresa Ladi into bracket Miss. And, yeah. And even the tag on her name, the official tag,
Yes.
is also Miss.
Majority Leader, yes.
Speaker, the lady was here yesterday. She was called to ask her filed question, and she rose to ask the filed question. And it bore the name, question 1593, page 5 of yesterday's order paper. Mrs. Teresa Ladi Awuni. And her name was called. She responded to it. Mr. Speaker, we should not allow this quibbling further. Let's await the return of Honorable Teresa Ladi Awuni. I don't want to find myself into any problem of Mrs. MS or Miss. Let her come. And I believe she's capable of redeeming herself. So let's leave it for a while. And let's not
Actually, that was the point I raised.
Yes,
because I was presiding.
Yes.
And that is the name that was captured for the question. And I called her, she stood up, answered the question, would have drawn my attention to whether there was any problem with her being referred to as Mrs. And the parents are not here too. Are you the father? Honorable Minister for Interior.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I do know that the Honorable Member of Parliament is the daughter of Mr. Alex Awuni. And I'm sure when you're born, he's work with the Assembly. Except that she has also married an Awuni. I do not know, but I think that it's my duty to bring this.
So she's married?
No, I'm not. I'm not aware that she's married. So what I'm saying is that I'm saying that as far as I know her, she's MS Awuni. And it's always safer to put MS. What is this, Mrs.?
You stated
I know the father
that
to be Awuni.
you stated that the father is Awuni.
Was Awuni.
And that she has also married an Awuni.
No. I said that.
Then it's a slip of tongue.
Except that she has also married an Awuni, but as far as I'm concerned, the Awuni is the father's name. Okay.
Except that she has also married an Awuni.
Unless she's married to another Awuni. But as far as I know, the Awuni she's using is the father's Awuni. I do know that.
I don't know whether you are a star witness in this case. I will go by the submission of the majority leader. Let's hold on for her to be present to tell us what is the correct position. Even though I received her and her family, that day there was no Mr. there, but I don't know whether she's married or she's not married. Anyway, that is not to say she's in the market for any of you, so please, let's wait. So we hold on that one, and then we'll just cross-check from here, and the writing will be captured. Page 11. Page 12. Page 13. Page 14. Yes, please.
Right on, Speaker, page 14, number 9, on statement. The Honorable Suini read a statement of the recent measles outbreak and appealed for the Minister of Health to apprise the House of the measures being taken. And indeed, Mr. Speaker directed that the Minister should appear. And I think that is missing. So, Mr. Speaker's direction should be captured. Thank you.
Table office, I'm sure you were present. So let's capture the directive of the Honorable Speaker. Page 15. Sorry, Honorable Member. Page 15. Page 16. Page 17. Page 18. Honorable members. Yes, please.
Sorry for craving your indulgence to help me go back to page 9.
Page
I was called
9.
to reception. There's a problem here that I want to draw attention. Yesterday, you made the House aware that the delegation from the West Africa Parliamentary Forum were 70 in number. Only that the heads were sitting at the guest place, and the rest were at the 70. The rest were at the public gallery. But in today's proceedings, they were not captured. But this having a House of Records, I think we have to make reference to the 70 people who were also at the gallery, so that the records will show that 70 people were here as the members of the forum.
Yes, you are right.
Thank you very much.
So you should read the Right Honorable Speaker recognized in the House the presence of a delegation of 70 members of the West African Regional Parliamentarians Forum who were in the country on an official visit. The delegation included. So please, table office, capture that. Thanks for drawing our attention. The votes and proceedings of the 13th sitting held on Wednesday, 1st March 2023, as corrected, are adopted as a true record of proceedings. Honorable members, I have a copy of the official report of Friday, 10th February 2023. Any corrections? Yes, Honorable Member for Kwadaso.
Honorable Speaker, minor correction on column 57, the last paragraph, under Mr. Fair Deputy Speaker. Honorable members, we will now move on to statements. I have admitted 3 statements, but I will take one out of. I see a figure 10 written. I suspect that it should be, I'll take one out of them. Instead of them, 10 is captured. Thank you.
That's the last paragraph of column 57, right?
Yes, please, Madam Speaker.
So I have admitted 3 statements, but I'll take one out of 10. And it should not be 10, but it should be them. Please, table office, draw the attention of the official reporters. Yes. Any further? Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Speaker, on column 12 of the official report, question 914. Speaker, I asked that question, but I cannot find the response from the minister to that question in the official report, Speaker.
Column 12.
Column 12, question 914. That's the last question on column 12.
Yes, table office is true. The answer is not captured. Honorable Member. Please, official reporters, you need to capture the answers to the questions. They are not on the Hansard. Please, table office, kindly draw their attention. Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the official report of Friday, 10 February 2023 is hereby adopted as a true record of proceedings. We now move on to urgent questions. But before that, my attention has been drawn that leadership want to have a word before we move on. I think the Deputy Majority Leader wants to say a few things. Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, as you may be well aware, yesterday you had an occasion to raise some concerns about our approach in terms of language use. I must say that when sitting came to a close, my respected colleague Emmanuel Amakofibo and I met. We had a fruitful discussion regarding the matters in issue. And I think we resolved that things would get far, far better and better and better henceforth. And I believe that the mutual respect that exists between the two of us, proud to he getting his elevation, will remain. Of course, we also realize that both of us were misconstruing certain matters because of some other external matters out there unbeknown to us. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to assure you and assure the House that as far as I am concerned, anytime I get on my feet, it is for the good of the politics of this House. However, I've taken his concerns on board, and that will guide the approach. So, Mr. Speaker, these are the words I have for you. For anything that he might have said, touching on my ego character or whatever it is, I have forgiven him and I have let go. We've discussed that and we've taken water over it. We didn't take beer or wine. I'm sure after the length, we would have a go at a bottle of Coke. Just because the truth is that I have allergies, so Coke is something that I can entertain, not beer. Majority leader is looking at my face. Let's because he knows we are partners.
Don't bring in majority leader.
Let's he was
looking talk at about you and
the deputy. So, Mr. Speaker, that was on a lighter note. Yes. So, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, may we hear from the deputy minority leader?
Thank you, the Right Honourable Speaker. First of all, thank you for the wise counsel yesterday. Indeed, I met the respected Honourable Fenyo Maki yesterday. We agreed that we are here because of the people's business. We can only work together to make sure that we achieve this very important work that has been given to us. And what is required is trust and professionalism. And I assured him, as our leader did from the first day, our intention here is to make sure we work, not to obstruct government, but to make sure we can work together for the people of Ghana. And it is in that spirit that we are going to work. I also told him that, we are in the Lent period, and if there are things that I said that were offensive, I have things he said that are offensive, I've forgiven him. In fact, and I have. And we move forward together. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, Honourable Members, you wanted to say something? Yes, I think that on your behalf, proper for us to thank our colleagues for finding time to patch up. And they have acknowledged the fact that there are representatives here. You are not here for yourself. You are here for the people. So whatever the situation, you always have to think first about the people, not yourselves. I'm sure many of you were here when my colleague, Honorable Hajia Alema Mahama, a mate of mine, were called to a bar the same day with Honorable Ambrose Derry. He said that when I became a politician, she couldn't tell whether it was the Honorable Bagbin that were in the same class together. Very calm, very gentle, very humble. And he saw that I was different. I was different because it was not me. It was a representative of the people. And here I sit as a representative of the people and you. And so whatever I do here is your interest first, not my interest. When I leave this office, you will see me differently. Because at that time, I'll be taking care of myself, care of me. I know you will not do that. Well, you'll be struggling to take care of yourselves. So please, let's first think about the people and not ourselves, and conduct ourselves well to suit the hopes and aspirations of our people. We are extremely grateful, and definitely we want to see the new leaf that you have all turned. So with this, we are grateful, and we hope your leaders will lead you well. We thank God for that. We now will have to move to item 5, which is urgent question. We have only one, and that stands in the name of the Honourable Member for Wa West, directed at the Minister for Interior. So the Minister will have to take his proper seat. And Honourable Mr. Peter Lanchine Tubo, please, you can ask your question now.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity to ask a question that is at the center of my heart. But I just received a text message from the Wa West NDC chairman that I should convey to Honourable the Deputy Majority Leader, that he loves the tone of your voice this morning. That sounded so romantic, and he's encouraging you to keep it up. Thank you so much. Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, you are completely out of order. I recognize you. I recognize you to ask a question, not to convey a text message from chairman from your constituency. Deputy Majority Leader is complimentary, but I think I thought that he was out of order. I've ruled him out of order. I don't think you have to comment on it again. Please. Please.
Mr. Speaker, these are part of the chamber bona fides. I will take it. You know, the courtroom practice gives us the energy to take some of these things. So if he's bringing it on a lighter note, I mean, at the appropriate time, maybe you get a small of it. But don't be offended. My worry is how sensitive you are sometimes. Don't be sensitive. I take it as a compliment. Thank you very much.
You are also out of order.
Very well.
Yes, you may ask your question now.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Interior what the current state of investigations are. Correction, in the 2022 serial killings in Wa. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Following the disappearance of 5 night security guards who were kidnapped by their assailants at different locations and subsequently murdered within the Wa municipality, a special intelligence-led investigation that arrest of 27 suspected persons in connection with the kidnap murder of the 5 security guards in September 2022. Right Honourable Speaker, out of the number arrested, have been discharged per the Attorney General's advice. 15 suspects are on court bail, awaiting the Attorney General's report or advice. Now, the current situation is that the police is yet to locate and identify 3 other missing security guards, namely Alasan Yaya, aged 53, Sangwini Camilos, 42, and Dadigbe Kwame, age 57. The 3 were reported missing between September and October 2022. No arrest has been made in respect of the said 3 missing persons. Right Honourable Speaker, the police has initiated a vigorous education campaign within the communities to sensitize the citizenry, mostly the youth, on security tips concerning serial killers and kidnappers. Currently, Mr. Speaker, there are about 300 operational policemen on the ground performing day and night mobile and foot patrols, including motor patrols. Police intelligence is also working around the clock for clues that will lead to the arrest of the perpetrators. Right Honourable Speaker, inasmuch as the police administration strongly advises the populace to be vigilant, the administration would like to urge the citizenry to report any suspicious characters within the communities to the police or any law enforcement agencies for prompt action. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary?
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker, I have a supplementary for the Honourable Minister. Honorable Minister, in your answer, you talked about has been discharged already based on the advice from the Attorney General. And we have 15 other accused persons who are on court bail. Can you assure the people of the Upper West region, very particularly the people of WA, that this particular case will not join the long queue of cold cases in the Ghana Police Service? Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Minister. Right Honorable Speaker. Let me make clear that the Ghana Police Service is very, very serious about this matter. And that is why, in spite of the fact that other areas cry for more police personnel, we have put a minimum of 300 extra on the case. We will do our part, and we will do all it takes to bring all the suspects that we get and all the information that we get to the fore and before the courts. But Mr. Right Honorable Speaker, you do know that beyond sending them and prosecuting them, we would count on the judiciary that I know is committed to justice to deal with them. It will not join cold cases. Otherwise, we would have withdrawn and made it cold. We are still there and it's hot. But also to state that the cold cases are not cases that have been consigned to the back burner. I can assure you that the police are making a lot of progress on several of them, and you will hear the progress. Cold cases is just a name to remind us that we should never forget, and the police is committed to dealing with all the cases. Thank you, Mrs.
Any further supplementary questions?
Right, Honorable Speaker, and I'm very satisfied with the answers provided. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, move to item 6, questions. It's still the same minister, so these are normal questions. We start with question 1121. Stands in the name of the honorable member for Sola Tuna Kalba, Honorable Andrew Dare Chiwite. Honorable member, you may ask your question now.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity to ask the Minister for the Interior what urgent steps are being taken to curb the activities of Fulani herdsmen whose animals continue to destroy farms and farm produce, thereby posing security threat. Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker. The Savannah Regional Security Council, in collaboration with the technical committee of the eminent chiefs established by the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs, have had several or series of discussions with the leadership of the Fulani herdsmen and educated them on the need to take care of their cattle and prevent them from causing damage to people's farms. The rule is that failure to abide by the rules would lead to the ejection of the herdsmen from their lands. That is what the chiefs have put in place now. Right, Honorable Speaker? Though in the past some cattle owners have been charged and put before court, the initiative by the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs to form a technical committee for social cohesion and integrate Fulani herdsmen into the local communities is laudable. The initiative is also supported by the Regional Security Council to avoid unnecessary clashes between farmers and herdsmen. The police have meanwhile intensified patrols within the communities to ensure security. Thank you, Mrs.
Honorable Member, any supplementary?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the fact that the Regional Security Council is putting a lot of efforts into curbing these activities. But Mr. Speaker, as we speak, we have very appalling activities of the herdsmen happening in Georgetown, Kuludi along the Black Volta, the Benayiri Enclave. Even just last week, one of a community member called me from Gentilipe. Farmers had to sleep on their farms. Mr. Speaker, the question is, how can we enforce the plans or the laws put together by this eminent committee to ensure that the law works so that farmers are protected? They have meetings, they have plans, they have all these things in place, yet farmers have to sleep on their farms to protect their farms. How can we ensure that the Fulanis go by the directives of the eminent chiefs? Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Right, Honourable Speaker. Let me assure the Member of Parliament that if these breaches continue, you should report them to the police, and should you find that there are any delays, draw our attention and we'll get the police to take action. We are not saying that the eminent chief's arrangement is come to grant a kind of immunity to the Fulanis to continue. No. We are saying that we are encouraged by the fact that the chiefs of Savannah are becoming part of the system. Having said that, we would still deal with Fulani herdsmen who cause damage to the farms of farmers. So what I would encourage you to do is report each and every case to the police. And I'm sure that it would also help the chiefs. Because the chiefs have said that if they don't obey the rules, they'll be ejected. They can only be ejected if they are not complying by the rules. So don't be misled by the collaborative effort of the chiefs. We should praise them for that, commend them for that, but continue to report the cases. It is those cases that we will then consult the chiefs on, and then they can then go ahead to apply the sanctions that they are put in place. Thank you.
Yes, any more supplementary?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the worry is the herdsmen get the animals onto the farms in the night. And so early morning or the daytime, the farmer goes to the farm and the farm produce are destroyed. You don't meet the animals on the farms, but you see the settlements around. You get there and the farmer tells you, no, those animals were not my animals. So that is the difficulty. And so my question is, his last statement says that the police have meanwhile intensified patrols within the communities to ensure security. The patrols is within the communities, but the activities are committed on the farms. You get to the farms, you are not able to identify the particular animals that are going to destroy your farm. So if we are not careful, farmers would take the laws into their own hands and start attacking Fulani anyhow. And so I don't know how or what plans we can put in place to ensure that we don't have these things happening. Because you don't meet the Fulani man on the farm with the animals. So, Honourable Minister, I have a difficulty. What can we do to control this? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have said time without number that security is a collaborative effort. and we need the support of the citizenry. If our people in the area have realized that these breaches occur at night, then you don't have to wait until morning. We could, with the concept of neighborhood, committees, help us identify who have done it. In any case, even if you do not find the person and you report to the police can, by their investigations, tell the Fulani group that is within that area. But please don't take the law into your own hands. Yes, the patrols are going to be on motorbikes and they are going to go by routes. But you and I know in our areas that the farms are deep and some of the places are not necessarily accessible by the motorbikes. We need to assist the police. And the only way we can do so is let people watch out for these events. There's no other way we can do it. So we shouldn't go and oversleep in the night and then get up the next day and be weeping. Let us see how we can put some of our young people to actually track this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The last supplementary.
Most grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, going forward, is it possible we encourage the chiefs, or as a government, we demarcate areas for activities of herdsmen, for grazing, so that we have specific areas for that, so that they don't settle amongst to have their animals destroy farm produce? Is it possible for us to look at it that way? Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you. Right, Honorable Speaker. It is possible to do so, but it's something that you can handle at the RESEC level, especially now that you have the chiefs who have also come forward. You can consult the chiefs and agree on these demarcations. But it does not mean that when you agree on the demarcations, they are going to 100% comply by the demarcations. The cattle will move at one time or the other. So we still have to be vigilant and help. For instance, if you think that cattle come around the farms by the evening, you report immediately. The police will do something about it. But if you go to sleep, they will still come and attack. So it's possible. But what I'm saying is that we should not think that once we have agreed on the demarcations, they are going to abide by that if we don't check them. So I'll certainly encourage you that once you engage with the RESEC and these chiefs who have come up so well, you still have to be vigilant and give the police information on those who breach the law.
Well, honorable members, if I may hazard these ideas too. One, the herdsmen are not all Fulanis. That's the first point. So the reference always to the herdsmen as Fulani herdsmen is incorrect. They are not all Fulanis. So take that into consideration. Two, the communities should be able to welcome the herdsmen and incorporate them into the communities and not allow them to stay in settlements separate from the communities. When you embrace them into the communities and live with them, you get to understand the herdsmen better and also get to know the movements of the herdsmen and the cattle. The third one is that every cattle must be numbered and certified before the cow is sold or killed or transported. They must get a certificate. These are practiced in Burkina and the rest. And so I've been a victim of these things. So I stopped dealing in cattle for some time now. Because you can have 300, 400, and one night you get up, you can't trace one. Okay, but the reference always to Fulani. It's not only Fulanis. There are other tribes, and including the locals who are involved in this matter. So please, let's take that on board. And I'm sure those on the ground are aware of all these things. But let's try, with the collaboration of all stakeholders, led by government with policy, to implement these things. If not, animal husbandry is dying in the north. The north, that is up to Bono, Ahafo, and all those things. Nobody is not interested in rearing animals. My good brothers and sisters from Bolga area used to live with the cattle in their houses. Now they are not doing so. I don't know whether Honorable Isaac Adongo is still living with his cattle, but these days they don't do it. Or you are still practicing that? You are still living with your cattle? Ah, okay. You see, so no Fulani man can go and take it away. So please incorporate them. Honorable Chiwite, I think it's something that we should all try to implement. With this, we can move to the next question. Question number 1335. And question number 1335 stands in the name of the honorable member for Atebubu Amanten, Honorable Sanja Nanja. Honorable member, you may ask your question now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the permission. I rise to ask the Minister for Interior what concrete policy measures the ministry or government is putting in place to permanently curb or reduce to the barest minimum the increasing highway robbery in the eastern corridor of the Bunu East region.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the police administration has since 2021 deployed both plain clothes and uniform personnel from the National Counter-Terrorism Unit, National SWAT, Bono Regional Rapid Force, and Bono East Regional Operations Unit to augment the strength of the local police within the Atebubu and Yeji divisions to combat armed robbery in these areas. The police also carry out operations such as highway escort and patrol duties in communities such as Sawaba to Yeji, Prang, Bankama, Zambarma, Abiesi Prang, and Yeji to the road Bolga in Kwanta. These operations have become permanent, have significantly led to a reduction in robberies of these communities and highways. So, Member of Parliament, we've been specially monitoring, and I can tell you that the armed robberies in your areas have gone down. Now, where we have is Wasa Akupong that we are tackling, but we have put this arrangement permanently in place to make sure that Tinubu is safer. Thank you.
Honorable member, any supplementary?
Yes, please. Thank you, Minister. I do appreciate and commend the ministry and the police administration for what they are doing. But the fact is that upon all these things, it is still occurring. Just the day before yesterday, between Atobu and Kwame Danso, a woman lost her life to as a result of a armed robbery attack. So my question is, what would be the permanent government policy to curb a conscious government policy to curb this unfortunate situation that is reoccurring almost every year?